Hi, this is Gwen for Tabby and another video about how you can read tarot in the Tree of Life. When we're looking at the Tree of Life, we can use it as a template for your readings, and you can use it in a lot of aspects of your life. And what I'm talking about here is using it with tarot. I'm not a ceremonial magician. I don't know anything about that. So it's not about progressing up the Tree of Life in that kind of sense, although you can, of course, do tarot readings about your spiritual life and how you're doing. Today I'm going to look at the Sephiroth because I read the Sephiroth and the cards that are in them. So I read the minors and the court cards as the what and the where. And I read the majors as the how. So we'll do another reading with those another time. Today I have my minors from the beautiful Star Tarot. I've taken out the court cards because I see the court cards as a separate section, pretty much like the majors really. And also because if you include the court cards, they reside in the Sephiroth alongside the minors. And that means that you have 8 cards in 4 of the Sephiroth, and then the rest of the Sephiroth only have 4, and that just doesn't feel in balance to me. But include them if you want to. If you love your court cards and it feels weird not to use them, then definitely include them and see what you think. So if we want to use the Tree of Life and see where we are, what kind of energy is around us, and where we can look for help and advice, we can do this for any period of time in our life. We can use it for a project like we did in the last video. We can use it in terms of your day. You can say, well, in Keter, I'm waking up. And in Chokmah, I'm starting to gain consciousness, and in Bina, I'm awake and getting up and ready for the day. Or you can look at it as your life. Where am I working right now? But the important thing to remember is that this is it's a dynamic image, so you won't necessarily be moving from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, or from 10 to 9 to 8. Sometimes you find yourself in 8, and the advice in a tarot reading is, well, you need to go back and do a little bit more work in 7 or 6. Things are out of balance because you need to do a little bit more thinking about what happened before you got here, and then sort things out that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask where I am right now. Where am I working right now in my life? I've got my aces to tens here in the beautiful Star Tarot. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit and see what it tells me. 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups puts me in Tiferet right now, which is lovely. Tiferet I call it the sweet spot on the Tree of Life, because it's like that middle part of your tennis racket when you hit the tennis ball, and it just makes that really beautiful resonance and goes flying off down the court. So this is a perfect balance. Everything's in perfect balance here, and it's beautiful. It's called beauty. Tiferet is called beauty. So you can look at this in 2 ways. You can say, well, I'm here now, I'm going to relax. But you always have to look ahead. You can never stay where you are. And this is actually sometimes why working, where we are in the Tree of Life can be tricky, because they can be a nice place, but you have to move on. And I've actually read that if you are in Tiferet, it can be hard to move on because it's so comfortable. But you always have to look ahead. When you're in a 6 on the Tree of Life, you can look back and say everything from the aces to the 5s is within this card. And you want to look ahead to the 7s, because there is a tiny seed of Netzach in the 6 of Cups. So where I am right now, maybe I'm in a place where I need to kind of nudge myself along to keep going. But you can also look at it as this is what I'm doing right now, is I'm trying to balance my life. I'm trying to balance aspects of my life, my past and my present, because it is right in the middle of the Tree of Life in terms of above and below, and also left and right. So you could look at this and say, well, it's very important to me right now that things be in balance. This Sephiroth is ruled by the sun. So when I'm looking for support and advice, I can look for the sun in tarot, and I'm thinking really about how you might think about the sun in the Thoth tarot, and the sun is what you desire, what you want. What do I want in my life? How am I balancing what I want in my life with what I can have and with what I should have? So I hope that's interesting. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.